Hello again everyone, welcome back to another episode of Landric Plays Hand of Fate 2. Last episode we tried the Temperance quest, and we lost fairly quickly. Partly because of a Brimstone card, but partly because we got beaten up by a whole heap of peasants, which seems unlikely, but you know, that's the way it went. So I think we're going to try again. Am I going to change anything about our what are we calling it? Our deck? I think I will get rid of the Distressed Damsel, because that only gave us a little bit of food last time, and we are going to need quite a lot, it looks like. So with that in mind, let's go to Filters, Resources, and Food. So Bitter Winter, I'm pretty sure, asks us to give up food. Now this... So I think when we did this last, the shop's food was a lot more expensive. So I don't know if adding an extra shop will help. If the prices in this change based on the scenario we're in, then this could be quite useless to include. It also requires we, have food to start with, or rather have enough gold to start with to buy the food. Perhaps, so this lets us trade equipment for food, and again, I don't know whether the prices of that change based on where we are. Let's go for the Wetland Ambush, because combat in exchange for food is probably fairly good. Is there anything else we want to swap around? We could take the Sunken Catacombs out, but I do like the idea of the Sunken Catacombs. Doesn't really sync up with our companion, who doesn't help us with... Oh no, it helps us with chance cards, so actually yes, they would be quite useful to keep around for this. So never mind, we'll continue there. Different equipment. We certainly want something like the... so we know the Reaper's Arrow isn't actually that useful to us, because it's not very effective against undead. So maybe we'll take something else. The same for the Harvest Blade. It does give us food, right? That's right, it gives +1 food if the target is defeated by its Reaping Strike. But that excludes undead. So I think we'll get rid of that too. And where are we? Go right to the end here, and I'm going to see if I can get... Ooh, the Tiger's Eye would be quite good actually, reduced pain. And I think I'm going to take the Ring of Food. Oh, we could take a Platinum card actually, because we got rid of the Reapers. So do we get rid of... Do we bring the Lionheart? That's pretty good. Or, actually, Odysseus Charm is probably a sensible one to take. What does that do? Creates an aura that lasts 60 seconds, while active gain +1 food for every enemy defeated, but that excludes undead as well, because undead are so easy to defeat. And the thing is, we've not really come across that much combat other than peasants, and I don't know whether they particularly count. So perhaps we go with the Magic Ring. Let's do that then. So what do we want to drop instead? Well, Pious Robes prevents us from... we lose 1 max life instead of taking starvation damage. That actually could be really useful, and I don't really mind which of these we get, whether it's the Armour of Gluttony or the Pious Robe, so we'll hang on to both of them. Gambler's Jewel is always really good. Let's just swap out the Dead Man's Hand, because it's super awesome, but I want to find out what the Forest Guardian Ring does, and as we're taking that, we might as well take the where is it, the Return to the Deadly Forest encounter as well. So what should I swap out for that? Get rid of Wetland Ambush? No, because it's got food. That lets us buy food. The Loan Shark still has a token, so we might as well hang on to that, and because that's going to give us money, let's get rid of the Arm Wrestling, and we'll take the Return to the Deadly Forest. There we go. Easy peasy, all set up. Time to go. So last time we almost immediately lost the gold token because we killed a farmer. So I don't know whether we can still sort of, just knock them out and...
The kingdoms of death were once pledged to my throne. The usurper cares not for our old suits, however. He has driven the deathless from his lands.
So that's right, the assassin that sent us to kill us was paid for by a halfling called Garrick, who's now a mercenary, blah blah blah, he's in Bridgemore Village. We'll go to Bridgemore Village to find him. So as I was saying, we killed a villager, but I don't know whether we can just sort of, knock them down without killing them, and not lose. So we'll try that and see what happens. There we go, hungry peasants right away. So I could just give them 8 food right off the bat, but then we'll start starving to death very quickly. So what if I give them 5 food? There'll be just 3 of them. Alright, let's try that. We'll do this very quickly. And then we'll say we've got no food. We'll fight our way through. And then we'll just see how many... like, given that there's only 3, we'll see if we can very quickly just knock them out without killing them. I guess that's why our companion doesn't join in, so they don't accidentally kill them. That'd make sense. Okay, so he's going to throw bombs at us. I don't know why you've got bombs, but... Damn, didn't quite dodge out of the way of that. Okay, let's get rid of you. Pop you as well. There we go. So they're all knocked down, but not dead. So does this count as killing them or defeating them or whatever? Enough, cries one of the peasants. You may keep your supplies then, but know that your greed has left our children hungry. I've given you more than half of my food. I need it to get places. Okay, so that counts as 0 villagers lost still. So maybe next time we just fight them all. Are you going to sell us food? No, it's super expensive. Don't want to spend that money on that. Same for equipment. Let's just take a quick look. Yeah, these would all be really nice to have, but we can't afford it yet. So let's leave, and we'll go back this way. Aha! You feel cold stone against your cheek. Head pounding, you open your bleary eyes. The unmistakable scrape of metal wakes you fully from your slumber, and you slowly take stock of your surroundings. So we went out, we got really drunk, and we woke up in the middle of a trapped dungeon. You know, as you do. Oh, that's right, we've got our little helmet as well. So I'm not super good at these, and the camera is, as always, kind of rubbish. But let's just... there we go. So let's have a quick look around. So there's some food over there. There's a bunch of gold over there. So I think we're definitely going to go for the food first. Maybe we'll circle back and get some of the extra gold as well. We'll see. So we're going to go this way, I think. Just wait for this spike to pop, and then... like that. Just scoot around here. Avoid this fireball. There we go. Got 2 food. Now, do we want to go all the way over here to try and get that gold, and that gold? Or do we just play it safe and go that way? There is a token on this, so maybe we have to get all of the treasure, or all of the chests. So I think we'll try that just to see what happens. There we go. Avoid the fire. Avoid this one. Avoid these bear traps. And then, can we get back this way? Yes. That camera is really annoying. So we kind of want to... I'm going to set this one off like that, and then we can come around here this way. Just so we've got a little bit more of an idea of what's going on. So I don't think there's anything over there, no. See if we can look this way. No, that's just the way we came, and there's no chests that way. Good. Okay, we'll very quickly dodge around that, grab that gold, which we can use to buy food if nothing else. And then, is there a chest over there? There is, all the way over there. So we'll see if we can make that work. And whoop. Okay. Or maybe we have to get through it without losing any health. Interesting. So do I go back for the gold or not? I think we can do it. These traps aren't too bad, but now I've said that, of course. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, done. There we go, there's that gold. Perfect. So now we've got all the treasure, and we've not lost any health yet. There we go. Easy peasy. No problem at all. So all the treasure, none of the damage. We'll see if we get that token shard for that. I think those token shards only unlock sort of character customization options, but you know, we'll try and get them as we're here. You follow the stairs upward until you emerge in a forest, the morning sun burning your eyes. Despite your stupor, you are no more worse for wear than the night before. 25 gold, 2 food, and 4 fame. And a token. You fumble in your haversack for something to eat. Happily, you find a half-eaten pasty, and try and find your way out of the woods. Spider trap, okay.
These tokens represent the expansion of the game. More options, more cards, more opportunities.
it is nice that as you go through this you unlock not only new and interesting events, but stuff that you can use to go back and do other levels with, you know, a different toolset. So, looking to avoid trouble with a local gang of thieves, you duck into an abandoned warehouse. Creeping among the broken crates and smashed furniture, you suddenly sense movement above you. An enormous spider hangs among the dusty rafters of the building, attending to the still form of a hapless adventurer wrapped in a silken web. As you watch, the terrible creature finishes its gruesome meal, and, fully fed, retreats into the deeper shadows. So it gives us the Pious robes, nice. Or Pious, Pious, one of the two. And some gold. And then we have a wheel gambit. So we really want that robe, but it is next to a sort of critical fail thing that will massively hamper our weapon damage, I think. Alright, let's try there. Okay, so that got us the gold, if not the robes. Bit of a shame, that. You cut down the remains of the hapless victim, only to find nothing more than some old boots and some gold pieces. The boots melt away before your eyes under the strength of the spider's caustic saliva, while the gold smokes and hisses until you clear it off with water. Well, you know, gold is gold. The gold is tarnished by the effects of the spider bile, but still usable, you decide as you scurry away from the infested warehouse. So I think we'd need the armour to get that token, but, you know, there's always next time.
Seek, but do not starve.
Okay, do we go for the catacombs? According to local rumour, the necromancer has taken whole towns dead deep into the haunted bogs, blah blah blah. Traverse the disorientating marches, open the cursed door, nobody knows what is behind the door. So, time for the marshes. Okay. So there's our success, flying round and round and round. There's also a horrible bunch of pain cards, and an ogre, and some skeletons. So we just got to keep an eye on the success, and make our move when the time is right. So is that now? No, way too slow. Okay, so we lose 15 max life, that's not ideal. Okay, we lose that, fine. Let's try again, so it'll get slightly easier this time, because that'll, at least that is out of the way. But I'd still rather not suffer the same thing again, so let's try there. Ooh, no skeletons. Okay, skeletons aren't fantastic. That's a lot of skeletons. A spear embeds itself in a nearby branch, narrowly missing your head. A group of undead charge from the reeds. So, if it was just 8, I'd be fine with that. This is a lot, though.
Let us see what the smith can achieve.
But I think this is the first time we see Ariadne in combat, right? So hopefully she'll help us out. But yeah, that is a lot of skeletons. I was going to say probably better than taking the guaranteed injury, because this way we can probably come out of it not too worse for wear. There we go. Just got an anvil as a club. Blimey. That's terrifying. Steel and flesh both subscribe to the same rules. If you hit them hard enough, they do what you want. Righto then.
What disgusting places you bring me to.
That is a lot of skeletons. Let's just smash our way through them. At least they're all sort of normal skeletons. No sort of weird special abilities. There we go. Crush you, crush you. Some of them are going to sort of put themselves back together, I think, which is not super fantastic. There we are. Making good progress. There we go. They're sort of healing themselves. I don't know how many times they can do that, or whether they can do it infinitely. Or if there's something I can do to prevent them from doing it. We'll find out. Okay, do a sort of flying kick, just for style points. Bop you, bop all of you. Okay, maybe I was worrying too much. These are quite easy to take down. There we go. Cut through them almost no problem. Oh, you're back on your feet. We'll soon see to that. There we go. The worker's hammer and our trusty hat. So we've still got to get through this goddamn marsh to get to the necromancer's place, but if we're full of skeletons then we're probably on the right track. So let's continue our search, and this time we'll see if we can time this a little bit better. Here we go. Oh, missed it again. Now we've got to fight an ogre, because of course we do. Oh dear. Alright, let's try again.
Perhaps you should have taken your time.
Yeah, right. Okie dokie. Here goes nothing. If you could just charge at his face, that would be great. There we go. Oh, got pounded in the face there slightly. That's not ideal. Because we're going to have to go through a lot more traps to... Oh, there. And again, we're going to have to go through a lot more traps to get to the end of these catacombs. It is a brimstone card though, so it's meant to be a lot trickier. There we go. Okay, so it... Oh, okay. Suddenly we're down to 8 health. Now I've got to be a lot more careful. Could have been a lot more careful beforehand, but no. Oh, can't dodge in time. Whew. Okay, so we made it through that, but we're now on 8 health to get through the rest of these traps. And I'm pretty sure one of these traps did about 40 damage to us the last time. So, yeah, let's carry on.
Here we see yet another wheel, each different, yet each bearing their own similarities.
Oh no, did it again. Well, soon there's going to be no other cards left. It's only going to be the success. I'm going to be pretty frustrated if I don't manage it this time. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh. Alright, good. Well done, us. I'm going to use my blood. And it's 20 life, so we just instantly die. Okay, let's try this one again.
Combat solves so little. It has ended this, however.
It has indeed, but, you know, we gave it a go. And we learnt some valuable lessons along the way. One of those valuable lessons might be don't bring that card with us, but I think we'll keep it once more, just because I really want to get to the end of it. It sounds exciting. I'm just going to go straight back into it, leave our deck exactly the same, and see what we can see. Okay, there go the tokens. Here goes our map.
In this land, each faction tears itself apart against the other, and all go hungry and wanting. That is because the game is no longer ruled by a mind as vigilant as mine.
Interesting. Okay, so let's find out what the Pillager's Pride does. Ignore traps. Create an aura that ignores damage from traps. Not super useful, but, you know, I guess it's good to know that it's a thing, so I guess we can swap that out of our equipment if we do end up doing this again. Tamed Forest. Grants access. So all this does is it grants access to the Deadly Forest. So we'll buy that for now.
They are your decisions to make. I will not tell you what to do. You must learn from your mistakes as well as your successes. Go ahead. Buy what pleases you.
So I bought that because, you know, if we need that ring to activate the card, we might as well have it so that we don't have to, you know, sort of backtrack to a different level and lose it. However, if we need fame to open it, then I kind of want to have that fame before we trigger the card, even if we are allowed to backtrack, because it's unlikely that in levels as small as this we'll be able to accumulate enough fame before the end of the level and have time to go back. So what I think would grant us a whole bunch of fame would be to give away all of our food to the villagers. So we'll hand out the food. We'll use 8 food. The remaining mob reluctantly allows us to leave, so we're going to start taking damage now. Aha.
Starvation has been the end of many adventurers.
Let's borrow money from Badger. I'm going to borrow 10 gold. So we've got 5 steps to repay 10 gold back. Or 15 gold, I guess. There we go. This should give us some food. Is it a dice challenge or something that's at the end of this one? I forget. Or do we just get food for defeating the ambush? In any case, hopefully it should give us enough food to stop us from starving to death. As long as we don't take too much damage either. There we go, just dodge out of the way of those. Bop you. Bop you. Coming at me one at a time, which is nice of them. So we'll take you out, and then where's the other one? There we go. Pow! Easy peasy, not a problem. That's essentially free food for us. Whew. So I'll take that food, thank you very much. It's only 2, but 2's better than none. And let's move on. Okay, no choice of where we go this time.
For food, I understand, but for sport?
This isn't for sport, we're helping farmers protect their crops, which is exactly what we need in this famine, right? Ursus, a young warrior from the north, proposes a hunting contest. This farmer kindly saved my boy instead of handing him to the Empire. I will rid the land of the boars destroying his crops in thanks. Who will be a worthy opponent? So we step forward to accept his challenge, and there's the fabled, the one-tusked white boar. So we shake hands and off we go. Let's get Ariadne's help. We'll see if we can make that a... Oh. Okay, I don't know where that went. There we go, that's where it went. Perfect. Following its huge tracks, you find the monstrous white boar by the river. You stealthily approach as he sharpens his single tusk on a boulder. When he senses your presence, he grunts in the common tongue with a strange, lilted accent. Spare this old blood, blessed mortal. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Okay. I think... Under normal circumstances, I would spare him. But given that we're low on food and I need the farmer to like me, I think we slay him and claim his tusk.
Show your worth through action.
You drive the sword into his thick hide. He writhes and thrashes as the life escapes him. As his corpse is too heavy to carry, you sever his tusk to take back to the farmer. Yeah, so I think we'd have to save his life to get that token. You continue hunting until the sun begins to set, then haul your kills back to the farmhouse. Ursus paces in front of a pile of dead beasts as the farmer tallies your kills. Not quite enough. Let's try rerolling these 2. Oh, that's worse. So Ursus wins. But we reveal the fabled boar's tusks. My wife was once a blacksmith. I'll get her to fashion something from this. Oh. Oh, really? Upgrade this item at the blacksmith to unlock the token. Okay. I'm grateful to you both. My fields will be safe once more, says the farmer, embracing his precious flock of sheep. So we didn't get food after all. We got a helmet that's exactly the same as the helmet we've already got. Claim we have no food, and we prove it, so at least we don't have to deal with the peasants. But we don't have the money we owe Badger, which means we are in a little bit of trouble. Because last time we couldn't pay him back, he sent endless waves of bailiffs and mages and thieves against us. And we're already quite low on health. So let's do what we can. Hopefully we'll be able to pay him back shortly. There we go. So these thieves are pretty nimble. So our big old clumsy hammer is not the best weapon for this. But, you know, we've got to make do with what we've got. There we go, 1 down. Let's try and take out this guy as well, just to limit the number of them attacking us at once. There we go, so you can push you right off the edge. Well, not quite off the edge, but you're down for the count. You will be too. There we go. Just a few left now. Bop, bop, bop. Off the edge with you. Avoid that. Bop you, and then pow! Crush your tiny little head with my big old hammer. Perfect. So we are going to have to pay him back fairly quick though, or we are going to be in a lot of trouble. Maybe I should have just taken all of the money and run with it.
What do you think happens to the mind when one returns from death in this way? What happens to the heart?
One night, you wake to the sound of a rusty wagon wheel passing on a nearby trail. Cautiously, you sneak closer to observe the scene. A drudge of skeletons is slowly dragging a wagon full of corpses through the forest. Let's follow them. After tedious hours trailing the macabre band, you approach a hill far from any settlement. Atop the hill stands a stone circle marked with eldritch runes. The skeletons drag their prized haul into the centre. A sudden flash of blinding light forces you to look away. When your vision returns, the circle is empty, apart from an abandoned wagon.
Hunger. It chews at you. This whole land is starving, and you are left with only hard choices.
You wake one night to the sound of rustling. There's nothing in here, you hear a small voice exclaim. With a start, you realise that a group of children are rifling through your bags. They must have something to eat, another responds, a touch of desperation in her voice. As you get up to confront them, the children flee into the darkness, empty-handed.
A balance of resources is key. No one wants to perish wealthy, but starving.
Okay, let's say if we manage to do this first time, we give it a shot, but otherwise I think we probably skip this for now, given that we are, you know, starving to death. Okay, I do it first time. This time, of course. Let's use Ariadne's blood for this. Press on. Press on again. Okay, this one's going to be trickier. Yep, there we go. So we get impaled on a trap. Okay. Okay, max life. But then after the spike trap, there is a pendulum. So we'll try and jump through. And as long as we don't hit a red one, we should be okay. The trick is going to be hitting that tiny gold target. Oh, very, very close. So I think...
What an unfortunate time for your skills to leave you.
Yeah, if we just fail, then we get to try again. If we hit one of these red ones, though, we are going to get our head cut off. There we go. Whew.
Nicely timed.
The stone blade barely misses your body as you roll underneath. You wipe the cold sweat from your brow and pull the lever. The blade creaks to a noisy halt. The smell of death fills your nostrils and brings tears to your eyes. The chanting gets louder and louder as you step into a large chamber and come face to face with a macabre tableau. Corpses rise from a deep, wide pit as the necromancer, his robes soaked with blood, manipulates them with dark magic, tearing flesh from bone. The chanting reverberates loudly through the cavern, its source unknown. Oh, a visitor! The chanting stops abruptly, and the rising bodies tumble back into the pit. Hello there! The necromancer wipes his bloody hands on a cloth, taking umbrage at your horrified stare. Oh no, this isn't what it looks like. I'm trying to find this man, you see. I promised to resurrect him, along with his whole troop, but I can't remember any of their names. So I've just been resurrecting anybody that I can. Hopefully he's one of them. Don't look at me like that, the system works. I've got a few of them already. A small group of skeletons wearing ancient armour wave at you sheepishly. This last chap is the only one left. Say what you want about me, the necromancer sniffs, but I don't break promises. If you have a better idea, I'd like to hear it. Have you tried asking the skeletons? How foolish, they can't speak. Oh, but, he slaps his forehead in realization. They have hands and can write, presumably. The skeleton troop gestures at each other excitedly. The necromancer hurries to a table, sweeps a torso onto the ground and pulls out a quill. One of the skeletons walks to the bureau and awkwardly pens a name. Thim the Vigilant. Oh, we've got it! The necromancer dances around happily. This will save me a lot of time and pain. I can get a lot of arrows shot at me, you know. Thank you. Here, you're from Hull, aren't you? He points at a familiar carriage across the cave, still piled with the corpses you'd collected. They should all be there. We get 8 fame for that. The necromancer smiles. I know, you should take this lot out for a bit of fresh air and adventure. I won't need them hanging about now. Just let them come home once in a while to see if their friend is back. The skeleton troop wave their spears and rattle their bones gleefully. Okay, I'm really glad we did that card. That's... So, we found a friendly necromancer. Excellent. We are going to starve to death, but I think that was worth it. You're attacked by the reanimated corpses of recently deceased persons. So he's not the only necromancer around, the one of skulls. That's the loneliest skeleton. So it looks like there are some other necromancers around, because we don't have to bring his card with him, so it's not just that the necromancer from Hull. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a tough fight, I think. Try and take out some of these before they regenerate. Oh, there they go. Crush you in one hit, nice. Try and take you out again. Oh, no. Gotta time that dodge. Okay, one last... Oh no, he's going to respawn as well. Alright, we'll just bop you, and then pow. So, we are still on a razor's edge, but we do have 6 health, and we can always recover more health. Oh wait, no, we don't have any more food, do we? But we gain some equipment, and if it's the Pious Robes, we won't starve to death. Perfect. So we're going to start losing max life instead of taking damage. Yes, absolutely we're going to put that on. So almost having 0 food is going to be quite good for us. Although if we do buy some food... Oh wait, hang on. We need to sell some equipment to make some money for... So we'll sell this. That technically gives us enough gold to pay back our debt, so we'll have... I think 15 is enough, right? So we will do that. There we go. Here's payback.
Can you claim this token?
Oh. Now we're up to 18 gold. But I don't have 18 gold. I have 15. But I... But... okay, fine. So this... Alright. We're going to have to club our way through all of these guys as well. I would have sold both helmets if you'd have just told me how much you wanted in advance. This could be a tricky fight to get through with 6 health. But we'll do our best. Well, so far so good. It's these jumpy enforcers that I don't really like. Well, we're cutting through them. Just gotta not get hit, that's the trick. Best defense, good offense, and so on. Okay, so we can stun you, which makes our life a little bit easier. Then we can do a confusing stun on you because of our special Pious Robes, which makes you fight on our side for a little bit. Come on, we can do this. Can we do this? Possibly. Stun you. Dodge! So there we go! We made it. I genuinely wasn't expecting to do that. Alright. We'll try and get your money back. Okay. So, we're in a dungeon, we've got 6 health, we can't possibly trigger a single trap, or we're just dead. Let's try and get some... Oh. Do we try and get the food, or do we try and get the gold? Well, let's see if we can make it through first. Food would be nice. Means we'll get a little bit of health. Okay, that was not what I was hoping for. There we go, we'll take that. I think we'll take the gold, and then we'll just immediately get the hell out of here. But we've got exactly 1 health left. Wow. Let's grab that, See if we can keep that gold around for another 5 turns, I guess, to try and pay back Badger. We've got 1 health, but we've got some food, which means that when we move, we will heal a tiny little bit. Alright, let's keep going. Spider trap. No equipment cards, so nothing to do there. More hungry peasants. We don't have any food for them, unfortunately. There we go. I'm going to start starving to death, but that's still only one of those. Let's keep going this way. There we go. So I was going to say we could just walk back and forth. Wow, look at all of those things. 21 gold. That's fine, we can pay back our debt. Say, Badger adds as you turn to leave, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. If you're ever looking for a job, I always have need of people who can persuade others to do what's right. As Badger and his goons leave, you notice a weapon glinting in the light. You wait until the area is clear before stooping to pick it up. One of Badger's goons must have dropped it, though his band of well-armed cutthroats has more than enough implements of murder. Excellent. So we get that token, we don't have to worry about Badger anymore. And
Good luck taking this token from me.
because we've got the magic ring, we can return to the deadly forest. A warm glow from your ring provides you with some reassurance as you brave the woods once more. The forest is eerily still. Unseen watchers scrutinise you from the shadows. The breeze rises into a howling gale buffeted with debris. Dark leaves from the forest floor dance and spin in the squall, forming a face. I see my ring finds a new bearer. Do you ache for adventure, or are you a quaint little gardener like the last one? Oh, I'm fond of adventure. We'll ask about the forest in a second. Well, you can't be worse than Thon and his endless whistling. If you're ever made the guardian of a forest, be sure to check if you'll be sharing it with a whistler. Okay. Ooh. A brimstone weapon. This weapon was meant to be lost and forgotten, but I see how the world has changed beyond the bounds of my forest. If I could find a great warrior, somebody truly worthy, perhaps they could be entrusted with the blade. If we reach out and take it... Do we declare that... Let's say we're a great warrior. The forest spirit scoffs. Oh, of course, you say you're a worthy and good hero. I guess I'll just take your word for it and hand over this powerful weapon.
A reward well earned.
You must prove your worth. Complete the weapons trials, and perhaps you'll be deemed worthy. Perhaps. Now be gone. The wind picks up once more, engulfing you in fallen leaves. You clutch your ears to block the noise. When the roaring dies down, you find yourself once again at the edge of the forest. Hey, but we get a questing mace.
Weathered, and still a viable hunk of metal.
Perform a powerful strike that causes 200 damage on a single target. Blah blah blah. It's not actually better than... Yeah, our worker's hammer is actually better, I think, but we'll hang on to it. And we'll go this way.
Even
as
the
the drunkard.
greatest of all of us are our father's children, for better or worse.
While taking refuge in the Nag's Head Tavern, a popular drinking establishment and impromptu fistfight arena, you find a man resting his head in a pool of ale, a look of utter gloom fixed on his face. Anders! Ariadne rushes forward and pulls him into a proper sitting position. He blinks twice, then slumps back into his ale. Though much more dishevelled since you last saw him, this is indeed Anders, apprentice blacksmith and friend to Ariadne. Well, we can't offer him some cake, but we can offer him some gold. Or we could tickle him. Let's get Ariadne's help in this. That makes sense. Success! Anders stares gloomily at the offered gold, then to his empty ale bottle, then back to the gold. He raises his head from the puddle and takes the gift. Thank you. He still looks glum, but at least he isn't lying in a puddle of ale anymore. Ask why he was lying in a puddle of ale. I am a man without purpose, a man without money, and a man without friends. An awkward silence stretches between you. My forge was shattered by that blasted ogre. I hope you killed it. His eyes suddenly turn red with anger. Anders still looks glum, but maybe we can cheer him up some more. Ariadne returns from the bar with a basket of fried almond bread. Whatever it is you need help with, I'm sure me and old hero here can help you. Can you repair my forge? The apprentice blacksmith looks doubtful. It'll need terravane ore, among other things. Not to mention it was your late father who built it, so I have no idea how to even begin. Yeah, we'll try and help you rebuild it. Of course, easy as pie. Anders looks a little more hopeful. You really are nothing like your father. Thank the gods for that.
So, twisting your path to this table, now I begin to understand why you cannot help but aid the hapless.
First stop, says Ariadne, propping her friend back up in his chair, is to find a mechanical oddity, so I guess we've unlocked the next stage of that quest. Nice. Let's journey on. Although you keep one hand on your weapon for the entire journey, nothing reveals itself as a threat. Okay, Necromancer stays hidden. More ambushes, so this will get us a little bit of food. But we've got our worker's hammer, which will smash the armor of the Empire and other metaphorical things like that. We've only got, was it 11 health, which isn't a huge amount. We don't have Ariadne helping us, that's not great. Dodge! Smash! 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 Oh, okay, 3 health left. There we go. Doing plenty of damage when we stun them like that. Gonna try and avoid this finisher actually. Just oh, okay. because I was worried that something like that would happen. Okay, so we did die again, but we did unlock a lot of tokens, so I'm still fairly happy with how that
Now
went.
death comes to you. This story ends here.
And at least we figured out the proper way to approach the Temperance quest. So, for convincing the Necromancer to stop stealing corpses, we can choose the Necromancer's Call from our supplies, so we can start the game with some skeletons, I guess. Nice. For successfully paying back your loan, we get the Sapper's Bolt. Okay, I guess, is that a bit like the crossbow? Because the crossbow was excellent fun, and this has got a token on it as well, so we can probably make good use of that. For entering the Deadly Forest bearing the magical ring, we get the Questing Mace. For promising to fix Anders' Forge, we get the Mechanical Oddity. So I guess if we start with the mace from now on, we can defeat a bunch of enemies, and then that'll unlock the next part of that thing, because that looked a really cool weapon, and a brimstone weapon at that. So I guess maybe we'll try that again next time, or maybe we'll move on to the Devil, which sounds pretty terrifying, but that will definitely have to wait until next episode. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.